Well, in our previous session, we discussed about few container elements. Okay, we discussed about few container elements. We saw how the lists are working. We have taken two different types of lists. One is unordered list, other one is ordered list. Okay, so lists contain list elements inside that. A list is going to contain list elements inside that. So that is ordered list as well as unordered list. The ordered list can display elements. It can be displaying elements. Okay, with the with certain type, like before the element, either it can put 1 or a or say Roman number, like that you can display in the lists 1 2 4 5, like that, bulleted points, like that we can show it with the help of the list. Once again, let us see here where exactly the list element we have used. Yesterday, not yesterday, the other day we have used it. OL, this is what ordered list, and UL is going to be unordered list. UL is what? It is unordered list. When we use unordered list, either it may take a square, or it may take actually a circle, or it may be using a disk, or it may not be using at all anything. That is up to us. What type of symbol you want to use before the list items. But in the ordered list, it can use, say, it can be using either an alphabet or a digit, or it can be a Roman number. See, alphabets can be shown in uppercase or it can be in lowercase. For all of them, we had example we saw the other day, but once again review that. So open with Chrome. I am opening with Chrome here. The first .html. So this is getting rendered in the Chrome browser now. It is shown this way for us. All these are coming with the, this one is ordered list. Type we have taken numbers. Here type we have taken uppercase alphabets. For this we have taken lowercase alphabet. Similarly, here we have taken Roman digits. Again, Roman digits can be in uppercase or it can be lowercase. Roman digits are formed using alphabets. Okay, so numbers either we can display in the decimal format or we can show in the, say, Roman format. In the Roman numbers we are showing this here. So in the Roman number format we have shown. So this is also nothing but a container tag. These are also container tags. Okay, so here we are showing the list items or list elements with the OL as well as UL. OL stands for ordered list, UL stands for unordered list. Fine. Once again, let us open the document and see there are other containers even behind in this. Now look at the other containers. On the top I kept them. I use here a definition list. It contains a list header, okay, then followed by here, this is what this is the topic here, and this is the definition. We can have a topic and we can have a discussion here. So list header is going to be states in India. The topic is here Andhra Pradesh, and for this data definition is going to be capital city Amaravati. So like this here I am using the Telangana, then Karnataka, then Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Like this I am showing them. Even for them I have defined CSS. So DL stands for definition list. We have a starting tag, we have a closing tag. So inside this you can have other tags, that is LH, so list header, then followed by DT, this is topic name, then followed by here definition. A topic we have, a definition we have. Like this we are trying to show the elements within the definition list. Okay, we are trying to show the elements in the definition list this way here. A list header you have, a topic we have here, followed by a definition we find. Topic is Andhra Pradesh, and here the definition is going to be capital city Amaravati. Like that we have written there. So this way what is happening exactly? It is showing data in a list. This is definition list. It is also similar to, similar to this one we have UL and OL, but here it is a definition list. So using definition list we are showing here. Okay, so this is going to be another type of container element or container tags, starting with DL and ending with DL. So let us see how this one is getting rendered. Just go up and see. We've taken like this states in India which are appearing in the blue color, then followed by here the state is Andhra Pradesh and capital city is Amaravati taken, then Telangana capital city Hyderabad, Karnataka Bangalore, then Tamil Nadu Chennai, and Kerala Trivandrum. So like this it has taken. So this is also showing some data like list. Okay, so for this I defined the CSS. The CSS I am applying here. If you look at this in the styles, we have the required CSS. Come to this point and see the CSS. For DL we have this CSS. In the DL again for LH, DL is a container element. Inside that we have LH. For LH we have here padding 10px, that means around the list header, both on the left side, on the right side, on top and in the bottom, it's going to leave 10 spaces. Then color is going to be blue here, and font size is 12 pt we have taken. So with that the list header is getting displayed. It's going to display with that. Similarly, as you come down here, DL, DT, the topic is going to be having a, it's going to be having a padding of 5px around it. Then color is green and font size is 11 pt, 11 point we have taken. So with that here the DT is going to be getting styled, and definition is going to contain around 10px padding. That means around the content you have actually the spaces with the 10px spaces we have. Then color is going to be red and font size is 10 pt. So like this we get it. So here this is exactly what it's displaying content in a definition list. This is one more style of displaying data in the definition list. Okay, so another type of container is going to be table. So in the table we show data in the form of rows and columns. We show data in the form of rows and columns. Okay, so for this table I am defining a border color blue. For table header we are using a color like yellow color border we use for this, and background color is going to be black, and forecolor for text it's going to be white. Like this we define style for the th. A table contains rows. So the very first row we should make as table header. That means column names you are going to put in that. Column data is different, column headers are different. Column names or column headers we put in the very first row. In subsequent rows we try to show actual data. Actual data we show in the subsequent rows. So therefore in the subsequent rows, in the very first row we use tr, that's for the table row, but inside that we display column names using th. Okay, so for th we apply some style. Similarly, when we take table further, so from second row onwards we are going to keep table data. For that also I defined here certain style. Using this style now content will be displayed. Okay, now come to the table tag here. We have here table border equal to 4. So different border sizes, different border styles we can take. When you keep 0, there is no border around that. But when you put here 4, it shows you some kind of border. Okay, you can take 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. Further you try to look in the Google to find out exactly what are the different border sizes. So here table border equal to 4 I have taken. This is border style actually. Inset, outside, something like that, you have different styles. So you can use them. with that a border can be getting rendered. Now here table border equal to 4 and here tr we take th, this is state, th capital. We have table header, so in the first column header, header we have state, in the second column header it's capital. We take like that. Then followed by here, see we have Andhra Pradesh, then Amaravati. This is the first state Andhra Pradesh, then Amaravati. Second state is going to be Arunachal Pradesh and Itanagar, and third one is Assam and Guwahati. Like that we take. So we are going to show in 3 rows the data. We are showing data in 3 different rows. Now let me add one more row to this. Right now if you see, you can find only 3 different rows in this. Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh and Assam. Let me add one more row here. Let me add another row. So I'm going to add here one more row like tr I take, followed by inside this I put a td, then this will be here Bihar we take. Alphabetically I am trying to take. Then slash td, then followed by here we put once again td, then capital city is what here, Patna is the capital city. We put like this. We keep the capital city as Patna, then followed by td here it is, then close, then put tr. So this way we are trying to render data in a tabular fashion. We have state like Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam and Bihar. We try to show their capital city names even. We are trying to show capital city names also there. So we show like Andhra Pradesh, Amaravati, Arunachal Pradesh, Itanagar, Assam, Guwahati and Bihar, Patna, like that we show. Now let me refresh this page in the browser. When I refresh, a fresh copy will be loaded into the browser. So when I refresh here, and it's adding one more row. So this row is actually the state is Bihar and capital city is Patna. So like this, even in the tables also we can contain here some rows. This is also one kind of container element we say. So this is also one kind of container element. In this container element, other elements you can put. We are putting here other elements. Okay. In HTML, the elements can be divided into block level elements and other one is inline elements. We can divide into block level elements and inline elements. We can divide like that. So it is going to be block level elements and inline elements. So this is based on the CSS styling. Based on CSS styling, we can divide into 2 different categories. So one is what? Block level, other one is here inline element. Okay. So block level elements are those we don't set any width for the block level element. They are going to be expanding naturally. Automatically they get expanded and they are going to fill the parent container. So it's going to be expanding parent container. So they will be having margins as well as padding. You can keep margins and you can keep the padding. So here if you don't set any, height, it's going to be expanding naturally to fit all its child elements. Okay. When you don't set the width, it's going to expand naturally to fill its parent container. So if you don't set width, what happens? It's going to be expanding to fill the parent container. Similarly, you can have margins and padding also. We have seen margins and paddings in previous examples. Okay. So here, if we don't set height, it is automatically going to expand. Okay. So here it is going to be expanding automatically. So these can be called as here block level elements. They can be called as here block level elements. See, it's not must that we have to give width or height for the block level elements. Okay. So a paragraph can be called as a block level element. a H1 can be called as a block level element. Similarly, a UL and list items. Similarly, ordered list, unordered list, they also can be a block level elements. Form can be block level element and div also can be a block level element. They can be called as block level elements. A paragraph can be a block level element. Similarly, take H1, that can be block level element. Okay, now take the say UL, that can be a block level element. Now form you take, that also can be block level element. Take a div also can be a block level element. Now let us try to make some page with this to demonstrate how block level elements they are going to work. Let us try to make some here HTML page. Okay, now here let me start one more page. I am going to make one more page. So in that page I try to show how we are going to use the paragraph, the div, the form. So let us start first with the paragraph and how it renders. Let us see. Here I copy these two things. I am going to copy these two things and create here a new form. It's going to be new. Okay, so title is here second page. I put it as second page here. Second page I am keeping. Then here I close the head. If required, I can add certain styles. I can be adding styles when required. Here I put body, followed by I put here a closing body tag like this. Then followed by I close here HTML. So like this I gave a structure for the given document. I want to save this as second page.html. Save as second page dot HTML. Like this I would like to save it. This is going to be second page dot HTML. This way make it. Okay, very first thing is what? Suppose we don't set any height and any width for the now for paragraph. What happens? See, paragraph we are trying to embed within the document here. Okay, so within the parent element we are trying to embed. Now suppose you take a paragraph, you don't set any width, you don't set any height. What happens? See with that. Go with the paragraph here. Like this you take, then close the paragraph, then try to put some content into this. So from where we can get content for this? Let us open any browser here. So let us try to copy some sample. Okay, so here it is. Some sampling paper we have here. Sample paper is given. Now here I just use this one, then copy the content from this, try to paste it. Okay, so this content I would like to paste. Okay, sample question paper, I click on that. So it requires some opening with the Facebook. Fine. Therefore what I do, lot of content is required for us. Okay, but it's not giving anything freely. Even content they are not giving freely. So let us take something from the, even this one also I think. Okay, something like this they are trying to do for us. Fine. Okay, this is sample data, or else say something like EAI. I try to take something like EAI. What is? I type something like this. I'll be getting here some data here. Some Wikipedia, I copy this and I try to paste. So a lot of content we have now in this. This we can copy and paste. Take this and try to put into paragraph here. I am keeping in the paragraph. paragraph I am putting here, this one, this way. Now here you see I did not specify any width or height. I did not specify any width or height, so automatically it's going to use entire space available in the document. Okay, so whenever you don't specify any height or any width, it's going to fill its parent container. So automatically whatever space is available in the body is going to be taken. Now let us render this page. Go to this, then here let me render second page. I just click on this, it's getting rendered like this. It's occupying here entire space. Now but here what I want to do exactly, I just want to restrict its width as well as height. I want to increase its width as well as height. So what happens with that? Let us see. Let me restrict width. I do not want to take entire width there. I want to go up to some 400 px, up to 400 pixels I want to use. Therefore, I can set here the width for it. Now come to this, where to set width? With the style we need to set now. Style is equal to, we put here width, then followed by here 400 px, like this. Let us set. We are setting width as 400 px, like this we are setting. Now let us render this one, this first page. So we don't have any second page here. Once again we need to run this. Now what is happening? It is getting rendered like this. Now restricted, we restricted the width of it, but height it is taking how much space is available. Even let us try to apply height also for that. Let me go to this, then here let me put height also in this. Height I would like to put only 200 px. So what happens with that? Let us see. Okay, let us see here what happens with this now. So it is not taking here HEIGHT we have taken, height 200 px we have taken here, so the height is not taken there. So here we put here overflow, then followed by you put here none, like this we set it. Now what happens with this? Once again let us render this in the browser window. No change in this, nothing is happening now in this. When you refresh, nothing is happening in this. But here let me restrict it. So instead of saying overflow none, try to put here this as scroll. Let me put here this one as scroll in this. So with scroll what happens? See, overflow, scroll I am keeping. Now here after adding this one, what happens? See in this. Scroll bars are getting added. See now what is happening in this? Scroll bars are getting added. Like this it is getting displayed. So this is what exactly a block level element. Okay, so it has these characteristics. When you don't set actually the width, it's going to occupy entire width of the container. Similarly, when you don't set height, it's going to be occupying entire height also. Okay, now one more thing is what we can keep for this, the padding as well as margins also. Let us try to put margin. See, if you put margin, what happens? It's not going to touch the borders. When you put the padding, it's not going to touch borders. Then try to put here some padding in this. Padding followed by in the left, on the top, in the bottom, in the right side, everywhere I want to put the padding. So padding I try to put like 10 px. When I put here 10 px padding, how this is going to be getting rendered for us, just see. Now you can see some gap. On the top also we have gap, even the bottom also we have certain gap. Okay, so the space are getting added in the left side, in the right side, on the top and in the bottom. So we can set here the padding. Even margins can be set. If you want to put any margin, the margin can be set here. Go to this, we try to set the margin also here. But I want to use only margin left here. Margin followed by left, I put here this way. Then set here this as some 40 px. So how much space overall, 400 width you have. So margin I am keeping how much? 40px. Therefore content should be getting displayed within the 150 only. So within the 150 it should be getting displayed for us. Just see here how this renders now. Now you can see margin is coming clearly for us. You are getting a margin. So margin how much is taken here? Margin is taken as 40px and 10px is going to be for what purpose? For padding purpose. So like this you can set margins as well as padding. So paragraph is what actually? It is a block level element. But see, width and height is not mandatory, it is not compulsory. Depending on the requirement, you need to lay it out. Okay, you need to lay it out. Now you can use with this even text alignment property. Alignment property you can use. So here try to use alignment. Here try to write this one as text align. Text align this is, then give this one as center, or you can go with the right. You can make it getting rendered in the right side. I give here right side alignment for this, but you cannot find any. It's getting aligned to the right side. It has taken here right side alignment. Okay, so like this you can go with the alignment also. So these can be block level elements. Paragraph is one such thing. Similarly, you can have a div element, that is also nothing but a block level element. Okay, so div is also nothing but block level element. It can contain other elements inside that. Basically using divs we go with the sections. A page can be section. You can create various sections in the page with the help of the div. So people may use div, or they may be using the tables. Okay. So to use div you must be very good with the CSS. So table is not like that. For that we don't require good knowledge of CSS. Okay. So we don't require really very good knowledge of say the CSS for the tables. See, tables are very easy. For displaying layout elements, whenever you want to display data in the tabular format, we can use the table element. That we can achieve even with the help of div also. But writing, creating HTML page with the table is going to be quite easy. It's going to be quite easy. But table layout is not actually floating. It's very much fixed. It's going to be very much fixed. Okay, so but if you take divs are going to be based on the CSS. They are going to be floating. They are really more and more comfortable for displaying content. So that's why these days people are preferring actually the div tags. So they are using actually more and more div tags in the web pages. Div is going to be another such container. Now using div, I want to create here a 2-column layout. I want to have a page in which I want to have here 2 different columns. One is left column, other one is right column. I want to create one such page here. I can have 2 columns in this. One is in the left side, other one is in the right side. Side by side they should be getting displayed. So let me create one such page. Okay, so this page is what here? It is a inline kind of thing. Now normally here, the page is here, it is a block level element. Normally these they start with a new line. They are going to be starting with a new line. Now here what I do, I want to go with the 2-column layout. I just want to use here 2 different columns. So therefore I try to use 2 different divs in this. Therefore I define here a style for it. I want to define a style for the divs. So I write like here hash. First of all I must use here style tag. Style type equal to here text oblique CSS. Okay. Then here I just use a style closing tag. Then inside this now I want to define two different things. One should be displaying the left side, other must be displaying the right side. Okay, let me make like that. Then here define hash left div. I want to make something like this here, hash left div. Then followed by here like to specify width. I want to specify this as 500 px. Okay, then here I would like to use some background color for this. Background color, here this is red color, like this I want to use. This I want to use as red color, or I do like this here. I can use hexadecimal notation. I put a hash here followed by RGB. Because of RGB I want to use full red component. Okay, and as far as blue component is concerned, I just want to use here something like 01 RGB, sorry, green component. And here I want to use the RGB blue component also this much. So this way I am trying to show somewhat lighter color here. So this is for left div, and here one more thing, what I do, float left I put. It should be floating towards left side. Then followed by here one more div also I want to define. Okay, let me define here one more div. This is called as right div. Right div, and for this I don't specify any width. I am not going to define any width for this, but here in this I want to use some green color. So this is 01, then 11 followed by RGB. Okay, FF I put here, then followed by 10, like this I put. So here I remove even the float. I remove float. Now here within the body, just go with this, then put div followed by id equal to, put it as left div. This is what exactly left div is the id. We put like this. And after this paragraph, let us try to end this. It is hash div, like this we put. Okay, hash div I put here. Then other div, once again I take div, then id equal to, here it is right div. I put like this. Then I want to make this way the div here. Now how this renders, let us see first. After that further we look into that. So whenever we take like this, here we have a left div. In the div the paragraph is getting displayed. So paragraph content is getting displayed in that. Now let us remove the styles for the paragraph. What happens with that? See, div is going to be parent container, and in that you have a paragraph. Now in the right side we don't have any content. Let us try to put some content in the right side also. So right side we take one more paragraph, then in this try to keep some other content. /p we put here, then try to add some content to the right side. Okay, now in this, from this I would like to take this application connectivity. This application connectivity I want to take, and I want to put in the paragraph. Coming to this here, then in this paragraph I would like to render. Okay, now see, when I refresh it, how this looks. It is coming in the right side. It is coming in the right side now. Okay, so this is coming in the left side, and that is coming in the right side. Like this I made here 2-column layout. I have made here 2-column layout. Okay, now let me add some more content to that in the right side. Okay, I want to put same content again. Okay, once again I enter. What happens with this? See, I entered multiple times here. Now let me refresh. What is happening? Once this div is completed, it's moving towards left side. What's happening here? So this div height is getting ended here. After that, what is happening here? It is going to be moving towards left side. Now for the paragraph, for this paragraph, let me remove. For this paragraph, let me remove here the size. Come to this, then try to remove the size for the paragraph. We have taken height as here, left div. Okay. So here it is width 500 px we have taken, background color we have taken. For this we remove here height. What will happen? Let us see. We remove here height and see now how this one is going to be looking. Coming to second page, then render. Now it is expanding. Whatever space is available here, it is taking the entire space. It's getting expanded, automatically getting expanded, because for the parent container we haven't kept any size. For height we haven't kept anything, so it's coming like this. Now try to put a size for the left div here in this. Go with this, then specify certain height here, height, and how much we want to. I want to put here just 300 px. I want to put here 300 px height, and with this I would like to render this. Go to second page and see now in this. So what is happening? Still it is actually overlapping. I mean, it's getting overlapped here. It's coming like this. So therefore, in such cases, we need to use here overflow scroll. We need to put here overflow scroll. So set here whenever there is overflow, let us make it to scroll. Put like this and put a scroll in this. Like this, let us set. Now here render this. Not this page. Second page we need to render. Now this is getting scrolled. Okay, this time we haven't added scrolling for the paragraph, but here we are adding it for the div, the parent container. Height we have taken only 300, because of that it is using only 300 height. It's using actually just 300 height. Okay, so once up to this point, this right side div is using only that much space, whatever is available, but after that it is using even in the left side. So this is exactly what a two-page layout we made here. Two-page layout we made this way. As per the content, it's coming up. Now for both of them, let us try to give certain height with that, how they look. See, so go to this. Okay, coming to this here, for both of them let us try to give height. Even for this also I want to give height as well as overflow scroll icon. How they look now, see in this. Okay, let me render once again this one. Now they are looking neat. Both of them have scroll bars, but there is no gap between them. The reason is what? There is no gap. So for the right side div, I would like to use a padding. I want to use a padding for the right side div. So therefore, let me set here a padding. Use for the right side div padding, followed by here padding left I want to use, not for everything. For left side padding, I just want to use here some 40 px. With this, it looks now better. It's going to be looking better now with this. Okay, when I took padding, for the content it is showing actually. For the content, it's coming like this. As far as this content is concerned, it is taking that way. But I want to have a distance between the both div tags. You have this div tag and this div tag. In between them, I want to have certain space. There is no space in between them. We don't have any space right now in between them. Therefore, try to insert one more div tag. We can insert another div tag now in them. Between them, we try to put one more div tag. So with that, it becomes actually 3 column. It's going to be looking like 3 column. Okay. So here, otherwise what you can do, you can go with the float right. Using float right also, you can make it happening. Or we can use something like margin left also. You can use margin left. Try to use margin left with the try to see. So padding left is 40 px. That's for the content. So put here margin left. We leave this much margin. Took some 30 px in this. What will happen? See now in this. Okay, there is no difference with this. Did we save or not? Let us save this and see. We don't find any difference now in this. There is no difference between these two. So one is actually getting, they are almost overlapping. They should not overlap. There should be some space between the two different elements here. Between the two different elements there should be space. So therefore here when we use margin left also, it's not taking any effect. So therefore in between them I just want to use something different here. I want to go with span. Between these two I would like to use here a span element. With the help of that try to provide some space. Span, then style, put here, followed by here width. I want to use some 20px like this. I can put a span in this, then close it, then here this way you do it. So what will happen with this? See, still we are not getting anything in between them, so we are not getting any gap with them. Okay, so here therefore what we do in this, here I want to have some gap between the two different divs. So first div is using the width is 500px. Even this one is using, actually I haven't specified any width, it's going to use entire space. So let me put here width as here something like 500px I want to use. Then other one here it is float, want to use right. For this I want to use right side floating. Make this way, just render. Now it is actually floating toward right side. So it's floating towards right side, but lot of gap we are getting this time. Lot of gap we are getting, it should not use that much gap. So therefore, we need to here decrease its size. How much we decrease? Here the height, the width we have taken as 500px. Instead of 500, now try to put here some 700px. What will happen with that? See in this. Now it's increasing. Some more also you can put. Something like here 800 we take, and with 800 we try to set it. Use 800px. Then after that try to make it getting rendered. So now you find some gap between these two things. You are finding little gap between these two things. So these are what exactly div tags or div elements. Using them we try to make here a 2-column layout. Div is really very suitable for CSS layouts. So using CSS we are going to make the layout here. So wireframes we can make first of all with this. Layouts we can make with the help of the CSS. So div is actually more suitable when compared with the table. When you want to show something in the tabular fashion, you can use table, but that is very much rigid. Whereas div is actually more and more flexible. Okay, here I created a 2-column layout. I created here a 2-column layout, and here I put the 2 divs. Next, one more div when you make, automatically it comes in the next line. It's going to come in the next line. Even though you don't specify anything like float right, what happens with that? Automatically it's going to, if you don't specify width, it's going to occupy entire space. It can use in fact entire space if you don't put actually the width. Okay, but when you put width, it's getting restricted to the certain size only. So like this, you can use the div. Div is actually a block level element. This can be called as here a block level element. So similar to div, we have h1 to h6, they can be called as block level elements, and a paragraph can be block level element because they always start with a new line. Then a form also can be nothing but a block level element. We haven't discussed much about the form so far, so we discuss in next session about the form. So using form only we submit data to server. This is what exactly a div tag. Using div tag we made like this. Okay, now other things are going to be inline elements. These are what exactly block level elements. We have inline elements also. Inline elements, they are not going to start with a new line. As as much width is needed, that much only they take. As much width is needed, that much they are going to take. See, now you come to this one, try to add certain, say in between them, let us try to put some span. I want to put a span here between the right div and the left div. Now I do with the span in this. So here I would like to use some span. Put span middle, in the middle I put like this, just putting it as in the middle, then followed by close span. This way you set it, save it, then you render how this looks. See, okay, see, after span element what is happening, the div is getting rendered here. The div is getting rendered because it's not having enough width now there. Enough width is not having there, due to that it's coming that way. Now try to decrease for this width. Just make only 600 px. What will happen? See in that now. Put 600 px. Try to show again this one. Now it is coming. All of they are coming in the same. So in the middle, how much space is required? That much it is going to take. So around this also, let us try to put some padding. Let us try to put some padding in this and see how that appears for us. Now take here span, here put a style. All these are nothing but inline styles I am applying. Style, then here padding we put like this, then say some 10 px we put padding for this. How this data looks, see in this. Coming to this, then here refresh. Okay, now certain spaces are getting added on the top, say similarly in the right side, in the left side. Let us increase for that. More space let us try to put. What will happen? See with that. Instead of putting some 10 px, let us try to put some 50 px with that. How that appears for us, see now with this. Okay, so when you take padding, here it is using 50 px, with that getting rendered. This way it is actually getting rendered. So around the content it's putting here 50 pixels. Like this it's getting rendered. Span is what exactly? Inline element. It does not start with a new line. It does not start with a new line. Suppose I want to put a paragraph in this. With what happens with that? See, I have used in the middle. In the place of this span, suppose if I put here a paragraph, what happens? See in that. So I close the comment like this. I put a comment like this. I convert that into comment. Then put a paragraph here. Paragraph I put here. Then I close this way paragraph. Try to set here. This is a paragraph like this. I want to put something like this. This is a paragraph I am putting here. Now when you render, what will happen? See with that. Okay, so after this what is happening? Since space is available, it is rendering paragraph, but after that div is starting in the next line. See here you can find the gap like this. Here this is the paragraph you have here. It is coming that way for us. It's slightly moved down, you see. The div tag in the right side slightly getting moved down. So all these are going to be block level elements. We call them as actually block level elements. Okay. Next, span is what exactly? An inline element. Span is nothing but inline element. So with span we can use style. Similarly with the div tag also, we don't have too many attributes with them, but you can have style as well as you can have a class. Okay, we can have style and we can have a class. But when you deal with the JavaScript at the time, you can use inner text or inner HTML. In a div you can put another HTML content. So for that purpose, when you deal with JavaScript, you can use a property called as inner HTML. With the help of that other HTML content you can put in the div tag. Similarly, other HTML content you can put in the span also. HTML content or text you can add to the span as well as to the div. So div is what exactly? Div is a block level element, whereas span is going to be inline element. So block level elements, they take entire space available in the parent container, but span is going to be using how much space is needed, that much it uses. Okay. Similarly, block level elements, they try to start with the new line, but span does not do like that. Wherever you want to insert it, you can insert easily. So this is the difference between the block level elements as well as inline elements. Paragraph is a block level element, H1 to H7 are going to be block level elements. Similarly, a form is a block level element. Okay, so we have different block level elements. These are for layout mostly we use. We are going to use mostly with the say, for layout we are going to be using paragraph is a block level element, form is a block level element, H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6 are block level elements. Similarly, div is also going to be a block level element. Whereas span is what? Span is nothing but an inline element. Okay, so we mostly use span for holding some text. So it's going to be working as a container for the text. Like that we use span. Okay, so these can be called as here block level elements as well as inline elements. So that's it for today. Tomorrow or in the next session we discuss more about the form. So how to submit data to server, that also I demonstrate tomorrow. Thank you very much.